Ai. Parleu amb cabina. Okay. So to keep on time, we'll be starting already. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here today to welcome you, our new cohort of PhD students, to this very special ceremony. Most of you have been here during the morning for the first part of the session. And for this part of the session, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our rector, our vice rector, and the Counselor for Research and Universities of the Government of Catalonia for joining us, as well as PhD supervisors and program coordinators. Thank you all for joining us on this very special occasion. Today marks the beginning of a remarkable journey for each one of you. You are now part of an excellent and internationally acknowledged university, and it's a place where research and innovation drives us forward. We are very proud of the outstanding reputation of our university, nationally and internationally, and we are even prouder that you decided to join us for this journey of your PhD. In our doctoral school, we count with over 500 new PhD students this year. You are here. 54% of our students, PhD students, are from international origin. So we are glad to welcome you also in the university and in our country. And as you know, we have 5 different knowledge fields that include 45 doctoral programs, and overall, we have over 2,000 enrolled students and presenting over 300, nearly 350 theses every year. So as you embark on this doctoral path, you are not alone. You have the support of a vibrant community. You have your supervisors, your program coordinators, our administration staff, and from the doctoral school we offer, we want to accompany through this journey. So we work on different axes. We are pioneers on quality. We've been given the international quality accreditation. For the institutional accreditation, we are working on a platform, on a new application that will guide you through all your thesis administrative issues to make life easier. As we explained in the previous part of the section of this session, we have transversal training courses to help you gain additional abilities. We are concerned of your well-being, so we organize activities for you to be happy and enjoy this path. We are very focused on internationalization. We have the Unite network of universities that UPC belongs to, where we are very active in the doctoral school, and we are building the Unite Doctoral School. So you can benefit from this, and we have a specific program so you can go abroad to obtain the international mention. And at UPC, we are leaders in technology transfer, and we are specifically, we are leaders in industrial doctorates So we are the best place for this. So as you embark on this, so we know that PhD is not only a scholarly work, but also a journey of growth and resilience that we were discussing in the first part of this session. It will be challenging at times, but remember that these challenges are opportunities to deepen your understanding and knowledge of the path, to innovate, to make new discoveries, as we were mentioning before. And when those moments come, remember that you will be surrounded by a vibrant community here at UPC that is ready to support you and inspire you. And with this, I will move on to the video.
There is a community where open, empathetic, curious, flexible people have the chance to study what we are passionate about.
To change the world.
Where people from all over come together and discover new ways of imagining, thinking, and living.
Where dreams of doing research with the most innovative and talented women and men come true!
Where we can be ourselves and focus on what truly drives us.
And achieving our best is what drives us.
Boosting our capacity to design the future.
A future that needs our visions.
Yours, mine, and many more, which may not be the same, but are very close.
Close, because innovation knows no frontier.
Because we are united by a shared feeling, by knowledge that goes beyond borders.
Because science knows no language. Because technology knows no culture.
By vocation that is universal and a stage that is global.
Students of the world,
Welcome to the university that represents us.
Thank you. So I will now give the floor to our Vice Rector for Research, Professor Jordi Llorca. Yeah.
Benvolguda consellera, rector, directora de l'Escola de Doctorat, dear colleagues and students, good morning to everyone. It's certainly a pleasure to be here today and to share this wonderful day, this welcome ceremony for the new doctoral students at UPC. In front of me, I see the future. You are the future. And we're here because we want to build that future with you. To those who are now starting the PhD at UPC, first of all, welcome, and thank you for choosing UPC as your new home. Approximately half of the articles we produce at UPC have the participation of a doctoral student. Therefore, your contribution to knowledge is fundamental and indispensable. But beyond the results themselves, what you are starting now is a journey where you will learn many things, where you will meet wonderful people, people who will stimulate your intellect, people who will transmit their experience to you. Never underestimate experience and do not trust quick results. Your reputation will rest on the excellence of your contributions, not the quantity. Remember, it is far better to produce fewer but high-quality articles than many mediocre ones. And try to avoid the predatory journals, those that promise publications for a fee without rigorous peer review. I completed my doctoral some time ago. Next year will mark 30 years since then. And I still look back on that period as one of the best times of my life. It was a time of intense learning, free from many of the obligations and constraints life tends to impose later on. So make the most of this moment. Enjoy it. Visit the cafe at your school or faculty, participate in the activities organized by the UPC Doctoral School, and be creative. Now it's time to be creative. Most importantly, take advantage of your professors. They are here to guide and to support you, eager to share their knowledge and experience. Don't be shy, and remember that teaching and mentoring are at the core of our mission. To those of you who have completed your doctoral studies, congratulations. You have achieved a remarkable milestone. And to those awarded the Extraordinary Doctorate Prize, my sincere congratulations. You have earned the highest distinction possible beyond an excellent cum laude. And it is not easy because there is a lot of competition. As you move forward, whether into academia, industry, or the corporate world, I wish you the greatest success. Hold yourselves to higher standards and encourage to be professionals committed to several things which are very important, and at this university we really believe on that, as sustainability, fair play, solidarity, and ethics. Nothing would make us prouder than to hear that the UPC forms individuals who are not only technically excellent, but also socially conscious, good people, striving to make the world a more just and equitable place. Remember, you're the future, and you can always count on us. Thank you, and have a good day.
Thank you very much. And now we have the honor, and we are very lucky to count with us today with the Counselor for Research and Universities, Dr. Núria Montserrat, who is not only the Counselor of the Government of Catalonia, but she's one of the most recognized scientific researchers in our country. And we are very honored to have her here. She's ICREA research professor and leader of the group of pluripotency for organ regeneration in the Institute for Bioengineering of Catalonia. She also had two very prestigious grants from the European Research Council, and she's had many, many prizes, among them the prize for the National Prize for Young Talent in 2021, or the Young Investigator Prize from EMBO. So yeah, with this, I would like to give you the floor. Núria, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. For me, it's a true honor being here today. As Professor Yorka was mentioning, you are the future. You are the next leaders in whatever you are going to be performing during your academic life, but also during your research career. So I'm here today to also be speaking with you about my humble path in science, but also more at a personal level, how other passions that I have in my life have also impact on my research that we also do in collaboration with many other people around the world. So, yeah, this is the first slide, and I think it's also important to recall that the Egyptians were indeed the first that recall or call the binu, this blue bird that you have seen here in this picture. And this bird had the capacity to rejuvenate, to regenerate, and for Egyptians, binu represented fertility, represented prosperity, and represented rejuvenation of the whole Nile country. Then later on, the Greeks also recall this first myth, the myth of Phoenix. This also a bird that had the capacity to rejuvenate, to regenerate from ashes, And the Greeks indeed were also having very interesting myths. The myth of Perseo, I don't know if you also know this myth, that a bird was every night going to eat the liver of Prometheus, and then every day the liver was also regenerating. So already more than 2,000 years ago, Greeks were already knowing that liver had the capacity to regenerate. And then even nowadays, for the young audience, Marvel also, in the saga, there is Phoenix, another character which is a bit more creepy, but also had the capacity, has a lot of capacities not to regenerate, but also to oversee problems around. So going back in my life, I share with you one of my passions, which is philosophy and mythology. But also, if I put this in the words of a very important person for our lives, Einstein, he also mentioned that if you look deep into nature, you can also understand everything better. And indeed, I recall to the Greeks because they were the first philosophers, the first naturists that also did show a lot to us about how natures behave and how nature is having a very straight order, inherent straight order that makes things happen and things to work. So in my life, I have also been very curious and wanting to know a bit more about how nature works. And this slide also shows to you that indeed in nature you can find species such as the frog, the zebrafish, insects that also have the capacity to regenerate. Maybe not all the structures. The most extreme animal in the world is the axolotl. This animal is an amphibian that has the capacity to regenerate all the structures of the body, the eyes, the brain. So if you do harm in this animal, all the structures will be regenerating. But then also in the same slide, I have also put an image of a human. We are very incompetent to regenerate, but in the last century, it's also been shown that we have tissues in our bodies that do regenerate your blood from progenitors. From time to time, your blood progenitors are going to give rise to the whole blood progeny, the liver, and many other organs. You have indeed stem cells within all the organs that have the capacity to at least regenerate parts of the organ during homeostasis, during health, not under disease. And in the middle of the slide, this is a picture of a nephron, the functional structure of the kidney that has the capacity to produce urine. And in some of these lower vertebrates, these other organisms, the nephron also regenerates, but this is not possible in human. So human, we are born with 2 kidneys, and every kidney has about 1 million to 1.5 million of nephrons. And this is the whole structure that you are going to be having for all your life. So during aging and disease, nephrons are going to be, of course, compromised, but you have some small parts of the nephron that can regenerate because of the stem cells. But you cannot generate a whole nephron, a whole structure from scratch in our kidneys. So in the lab, we have been studying a lot which are the signaling molecules, but not only biochemical factors, but also the physical milieu that constrains and also specifies different organs with a very specific focus on the kidney. And why the kidney? Because this is one of the organs that is also compromised in a lot of congenital disorders. So 30% of the newborn are indeed affected when they have malformation because of malformation in the kidney, but also other diseases such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes also do affect a lot the kidney. So we've been studying a lot which type of molecules, signaling gradients, genes are also dictating the formation of the kidney. But we have been also doing this with a very specific type of cell. These cells that you see here in this slide, colored in magenta, are indeed the stem cells of the embryo. And this small group of cells, indeed, when you are an embryo in the mom belly, around day 5 to day 6 of gestation, this small group of cells that are called human embryonic stem cells have the capacity to give rise to all your tissues. So a very small number of cells during day 5 to 6 have this capacity, and during 30 years in the lab, many researchers have been trying to isolate these cells, to put these cells in culture, and to make use of these cells to dictate their destiny. So either making new structures such a heart, new structures such a small tissue of the lung, and we have been also investigating a lot the biology of these cells, but also trying to dictate their destination into a kidney. but we were not having any way to do this, and this is why I was telling to you in the audience that we have been studying a lot which genes, which morphogens, which stiffness conditions, for example, in the kidney, maybe also influencing the formation of this fantastic organ. And this had brought to the lab to a first discovery already 10 years ago that we were the first trying to generate kidney organoids, so small tissues in 3 dimensions that were recapitulating the embryonic kidney in human. And that also was also possible because we were also playing around not only with the biochemical factors that are important for the kidney, but also with the physical cues that the cells receive within the organ. And we have been doing this a lot with bioengineering that I don't have the time to tell you today, but this was part of my daily life in the lab. So knowing how the kidney forms and knowing how the kidney functions also is very important to understand diseases, not only conditions that are affecting newborns, but also, for example, infectious disease. So during the COVID-19, we indeed discovered that we could also make use of our kidney organoids and also other types of small organs, such as lung organoids or heart organoids that we were generating in the lab, trying to understand for the first time how SARS-CoV-2 virus infect human cells, and then also trying different compounds that indeed arrive into patients during the COVID-19 for diminishing, as you can see here in this plot, the viral infection from 1,000 to 5,000 times after infecting kidney organoids, and then also patient samples and big cohorts of patient samples. But I was telling to you before that Einstein also told us that if you look deep into nature, you can understand how things work better. And I was trying also to give the importance that not only biochemical conditions are important or genes are important for dictating the final destination of a cell, but also the mechanical properties of the tissue. Viscoelasticity, stiffness are also key important players about not only how the tissue behaves, but also the form of a kidney. Have you ever wondered why the organs also have this form? Because of the extracellular matrix. The cells in our organs are producing extracellular components, proteins, that are important for the normal behavior of the tissue, but also for giving the shape of the final organ. So we've been studying a lot, how is this extracellular matrix in the kidney? How is this extracellular matrix in a heart? Can we understand the biology of the extracellular matrix? Also the biophysical properties of these matrices for trying to instruct better the differentiation. And by doing these studies, but also generating own biomaterials, we have been also scaling up the production of kidney organoids and many other types of small organs in the Petri dish. Another important signal that we know that is dependent and also making cells to be instructed within the embryo is the microfluidic component. So how the fluids behave also within the organ are also going to be very important for dictating the final shape of an organ. And with bioengineering, again, in my lab, we could show that we could indeed mirror these microphysiological conditions for instructing better the differentiation of those small group of cells I was showing to you before into cells of the kidney progeny. And this had been also very important because when we did start the lab, we were able to start generating for the first time cells that were resembling the cells of the human kidney, later on generating these small structures. And then finally, by understanding how to do this, we have been able to scale up the production. So my lab, at the very beginning, by 2015, we were generating organoids in batches of 48 organoids. But knowing the biology and making use of bioengineering had allowed us to scale up the production up to almost 30,000 organoids per every plate. And this is very important because if we want to also bring the technology close to human, we also need to scale up production, but also the production needs to be scalable, reproducible, and also following several important quality checks. So I was trying to convey in this small presentation that you can have your own passion, your own questions in your life. In my case, that was why organs do regenerate, because that was my first question, playing around with the small salamanders in my summer times. So you can dream about having your questions, your own individual questions here in the audience. I'm sure that you have many questions that you want to pursue, but maybe they are not only related into science. In my life, those questions have been also related to my familiar, my family, my passions, as I was mentioning to you before, but you can bring your questions, of course, to a future, to your dreams, and these questions may also impact in the life of the people. These questions may be impacting in productivity, in economy, who cares? At the end, these are going to be your values, but also something which is very important is that you are not going to do this alone. So science, knowledge, innovation has the only capacity to really put people working together. I can see here now this room full of people, and this is a picture of our world at night. You can see that cities are still connected, lights are still on, and you are not going to do this path alone. You are going to be having mentors, you are going to be establishing new connections, new friends, and believe me that this is, for me, the most important take-home message until today. I'm here because also of my friendship with the director of the School of Doctorate, so I think this is also very important that you are going to also bring into your bag a lot of nice experiences just by starting this PhD today. So this is something really remarkable. Yeah, so, and then something else about me. I've been not doing my work alone. I have also having my own family. Together with my husband, we have a nice family, and these are some of the values that we also try to incorporate in our daily routine, and I'm sure that you are younger people than us, and you are in front of also a lot of other possibilities that technology also bring into your own smartphones that we were not having 20 years ago. And I think you are also having access to a lot of interesting tools and a lot of interesting knowledge. And these are part of my own values that I want to share here with you. Critical thinking is very important to be surrounded by people that are also going to be making you questions, making you feel maybe sometimes uncomfortable, people that are going to be also telling you things that maybe you are not going to be accepting at the very beginning. But believe me that these are also experiences that you're going to be evaluating with a very strong value at the end of your days in science, of course. Then also creativity. I was also trying to put this first slide of mythology. Creativity may come by many other disciplines, maybe not only by reading, maybe because of arts, maybe because of music, but this is also very interesting. Science is also, I think, one of the major disciplines that combines and conveys very well with many other activities that you are going to be performing in your daily life. Also, seeing me today here, I'm also discovering new competencies. Maybe I'm going to be the worst ever counselor in science and universities, but this is again another way to challenge your own, in your own life. You are going to be exposed to so many different questions, so many different challenges, and these are going to be also part of you at the end of the road. Then science also offers great opportunities for stimulating the scientific and technological and innovative career. I see here also Carmen Torres and many others in the audience that have been also very passionate, but also hard workers, trying to convert knowledge into innovation, into productivity, but also with a social vision of science, how science can change your daily life, and also to science because of a purpose, because of a question. Philosophy and humanities may also be helping you to overcome all these difficulties, and also your personal attitude. You always need to have your own center of gravity, and that the center of gravity is going to be also well aligned with your daily passion. So this is the final slide about me today, and thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you very much again for coming, for making a hole in your really, really busy agenda. And this was a truly inspiring talk. I think that there is no limit to what we can achieve, as you just saw now. So we will now move on also with, I would say, extraordinary scientists, because the next part of in our agenda is Oops, let me just open again this. So we are now giving the extraordinary awards for the best PhD theses that were awarded or that were finished on the academic year 2021-2022. So yeah, I will ask please the authorities to come up. And Luis, yeah.
Ara en té cas. Jo només els aniré donant.
Jo on vaig? Més endavant?
Okay. Well, thank you, Cristina, for the nice
Jo en
introduction.
medio, perdón. Now we are okay.
Okay, so the idea now is that we are going to be calling names, and then the idea is that you come upstairs through the stairs on the left, receive the prize, and then take a second to take a photo, and then stay on the left, and we will continue like this. Okay, so the idea is to give the prize to the awardees of this PhD Extraordinary Prize 2024, and we will go by subject areas. Okay, so we will start with architecture, construction, and urbanism, and the first awardee is Blanca Esmaragda Blanco Arellanos. Please, if you can come forward. Okay, next we have Julio Fidel Garnica González, Bárcena. Then we will move forward with civil and environmental engineering with Shufei Lu.
And his supervisor is receiving the prize for him.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, next is Ainara Ballesteros Mascarell.
Also, her supervisor is receiving the prize because she was affected by Dan and could not come from Valencia. So we have a special mention for her also.
Okay. Next is Estel Rueda Hernández. We move forward with Joan Muñoz Liesa. Next is Samuel Parada Bustelo. Then we have Payam Sodroladabae. Now we move forward to the subject area ICT engineering, and we have Sima Barzegar. Next is Chen Yang Luo. Then we have Juan José Valle Fraga. Then we have David Lumbreras Carrasco. Now we have Pablo Andrés Barbecho Bautista. In case the supervisor will come. Yeah. Now we have Cristian Ballesteros Sánchez. That is not. No. It's not coming. We will move forward to the next one. Irene Vila Muñoz. She cannot come. We will move now to subject area industrial engineering. And the first one is Antonio Andriela. Thank you. Now we have Marc Joan Pere Gallel. Now, sí, Lluís Oliver Cervelló. He did not come. Next is Yolanda Castillo Escario. Thank you. Next one is Daniel Westerman Spear. He's not coming. But let's give it. And now we have Gabriela Dayana Mijas Vélez. Okay, next is Jordi Sanz Milà. Next is we have Andrés Tarraso Martínez. Now we move forward to sciences, and we have Feliu Serra Burriel. Next, we have Leonardo Dalla Porta d'Ornelles. Thank you. Now we have Ugaitz Elu Echano. I guess he's not coming. Then we have Darío Lago Rivera. Then we have Ana Maria Dawid Lekowska. She couldn't come. Now we have Valeria Venturini. Now we have Margiral Miron. Okay, congratulations all of you. Please, let's take a photo. Passeu cap allà, passeu. Sí. Més junts? Passa't aquí. Vale, vosaltres s'han de... I vas tu. I vas tu, em sembla.
Vaig jo. Sis. Però no, ai.
Sí.
Okay, and the thing is not over yet because we still have more prizes. We are doing many activities in the doctoral school, and we are giving the awards for the ILO thesis contest that was performed last year. We have this every year, so for the new doctoral students, be on watch because you can participate every year on this ILO thesis competition. And the first awardee who was selected for the national phase is Lucia Carrasco Ribelles. Let's greet her. She's not here today, but and then we have a representative from the awardees, which is Silvia, where are you here? Silvia Gomez González. Nothing, and we have a prize, and we already gave it, but congratulations. Fem la foto. Posa't aquí. Yes. Ara sí. Ja està. Sí, encara no. Ara parla el Jordi i després sí. Okay, so moving on, and after seeing that we have many extraordinary researchers at UPC and acknowledging all of you, we have a representative of the awardees that will give his personal experience from the point of view of being a doctoral student. So Jordi Sans, when you want, the floor is yours.
¿Sí? Thank you very much. Today, in my speech, I'll try to be brief. I'm not going to be that formal, excuse me. I'll try to share with you a little bit my experience as a PhD student. The first thing, when Christina proposed to me to give some few words here on my experience on the PhD, the first thing I thought it was, oh wow, PhD, what a long journey, 3 to 4 years. And here I use the word long, but this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. I will say just the contrary, but the word long reflects how I changed during these 3 to 4 years. I started as a master student. We know lots of fundamental things, lots of theory. We went to classes, most of them. And now we start the research. And at the end of the PhD, in principle, we should be able to become the first stage of a professional researcher. So we jump from just a starting master student, and we finish as a professional researcher. And this takes a lot of time. It's difficult, it's complicated. And I will say there are two main pillars that help with this transformation. First of all, family, of course, family always there. So I'm very, very, very grateful to my family here today, my parents and Mireia, thank you very much. And second pillar, very, very, also very important, my supervisors. In this case, I was lucky. I didn't have one supervisor, but I had two supervisors, Professor Carlos Alemán and Dr. Pau Turón. I'm very grateful for giving me the opportunity to join the project, for sharing me the expertise, for supporting me from the earliest experiments, like the first things, to the end of my career, the end of my PhD, and starting designing by myself a whole scientific article. And this is why I'm super, super, super grateful. In my case, my PhD was devoted to explore a new material, a new catalyst for achieving a sustainable CO2 revalorization strategy. This means what we want is we want to convert CO2 or use CO2 as a feedstock to produce chemical products of interest. So here we have two advantages. On one side, we reduce the content of CO2 in the atmosphere, so we help mitigating the effect of climate change. And in the other side, we produce a product that is interesting for the society and for the industry. And here it comes, one of the first slides. Very important here, and this is one point that I think UPC does very well, which is, okay, we do this PhD, we study the fundamentals, we push the limits of the knowledge, but what we really want, we want to reach the society. We want to create new technology, and we want to increase the quality of life of people. So we don't want to stay in this laboratory scale, but we want to transfer this technology to the industry or to the society. I was lucky in my project. I could do this. I could work with a company, B. Brown, in a joint collaboration agreement with my research group here, IMEM, and I was able to explore other things that maybe at the beginning they are not that related with the PhD. But these points here, the validation of the technology, so I had a direct contact with the industry, and I had the opportunity to participate in writing filling, on supervising some patents. And now we are doing some pre-pilot experiments. I like to close this cycle, okay, because when we reach this point is when the society gives value to this knowledge, and then we receive more investment to continue with our research. I would say this is a very nice cycle of knowledge and transference of technology. At the end, what I want to show you, people starting the PhD today, is that here at UPC, PhD can be highly transversal. Okay, we are not going to deal only with the laboratory, but if you want, if you work, we can reach this stage of, okay, can we, or can the thing I develop in the lab reach the society? Okay, sorry, this was the the first slide, but yeah, this is the title of my thesis, CO2 revalorization, under the supervision again of Professor Carlos Aleman and Dr. Pau Turon. Finally, and this is a little bit in line with what the Vice-Rector Jordi Llorca said, I would like to give you some advices based on my experience, okay? Not that formal, okay? But first of all, make truly yours the research you're carrying out. And this sometimes, I mean, might be obvious, but it's not that easy, okay? Because you will join a group, will join a research project, and there will be a lot of people telling you what to do. And this is very interesting because they have a lot of expertise. But till you don't reach the confidence to start making yourself questions, start thinking on how can I improve, what is my research, how can I work on this, you're not going to feel really motivated to carry out with these 3, 4, or the years you need for the PhD. Very related with the first point, be curious and proactive. Okay, here you are going to become the experts of a specific topic. And if you work well, you're going to be the best on this topic. Okay, no one is going to know better than you what you are doing in your PhD. Okay. Another very important point, take advantage of the resources UPC is offering, and UPC is offering a lot. Now I'm thinking on this case of writing a patent. I didn't know how to do, what I should check. Are we protecting well or not? Okay, and UPC, for example, is offering these courses, okay, as much as other resources. And now we are coming to my favorite last 3 points, which is, and this is also very important, time managing skills are crucial. Okay, I see a lot of difference between a PhD student that doesn't know how to manage these time skills, how to manage his time, and he's going to work on Saturdays, on Sundays, and he's going to be burned, and this is normal. But a PhD student that knows how to manage these time skills, it's going to be motivated, and he's going to invest the time, and he's going to make it worth it, and this is the point. And finally, as I said at the beginning, getting a PhD is hard, it's complicated. This is not a secret. We need lots of motivations, and sometimes you will hear that maybe you feel lonely, you feel alone during a PhD. And this is quite extended. I would say this is not really true, okay? There are some things you can do to not feel lonely, which is get to know the team, and don't forget the social activities. This is very important because sometimes you think, oh, I have a problem, and this is very specific. I'm from chemistry or other fields, and no one can understand me. And this is not true. This is not true. Most of the PhD students struggle with the same things. Okay, so when you feel alone, when you feel you have some problems, knowing the team, which will have a lot of experience, and this is the best way to know the team, no? In social activities will help you a lot to stay tuned, to stay motivated, and to finish your PhD. And this is true. At the end, the PhD depends on you. You put your limits. So if we want, we could go to the moon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jordi, for this very instructive talk. He gave very good advice. So, yeah. And now we are moving to the end of today. I would like to welcome on the stage our rector, Professor Daniel Crespo. Thank you.
Directora de l'escola, vicerrector, adjunt al vicerrector, i molt important a la història de l'escola, estudiants, supervisors, coordinadors, personal de l'escola de doctorat i membres de la comunitat. És per mi un gran plaer cloure aquest Welcome Day de l'escola de doctorat. It's my pleasure to close this welcome ceremony of the UPC Doctoral School. I want to start thanking the Council of Research of Universities for attending this day and her inspiring speech. And next, I want to congratulate the awardees on all the students who finished their PhD, and I wish them all the best for the future. From my point of view, doctoral studies are at the heart of our university. Doctoral studies combine three essential aspects of the university activity. Firstly, doctorate is a teaching activity. It's an essential part of the learning process of future academics and professionals. Secondly, the doctorate is a research activity. In fact, it is the introduction to research to both future academics and professionals. And here I stress the word professionals, because it's of utmost importance that future professionals know the world of research when they move to the private sector. And thirdly, through doctorate, we train the future academics, which will define the future of academia and research as a whole. Moreover, after finishing their PhD, our doctors become the best ambassadors of the university. It is for this reason that I cannot imagine an excellent doctorate program, I cannot imagine an excellent university without an excellent doctoral program. And I sincerely believe that UPC has both excellent doctoral programs and an excellent doctoral school. In fact, today I want to celebrate two excellent news. The first is that we are welcoming our brand new school director, Professor Cristina Canal, who has already been working hard for the doctoral school. And the second is that, as a result of her work, the excellent work of the school staff and the collaboration of the doctoral program coordinators, all together under the direction of the former director, Professor Josep Maria Font, we are today celebrating that our doctorate school has achieved the quality system certification, being one of the first three in the country to get it. This demonstrates UPC's firm commitment to excellence and a job well done, and reflects our dedication to offering the best possible experience to our doctoral students. Our school offers 45 different programs across fields in engineering, architecture, science, and technology. And more than half of our doctoral students come from all around the world. We are especially proud of our industrial doctorate programs where we work closely with over 100 companies. We run 1/3 of all these programs in the region. Our purpose in all cases is that our students solve real-world problems and gain practical experience which will help them in their future professional or academic career. I also want to highlight that UPC is strategically located at the heart of an industrial, technological, and highly creative and innovative ecosystem. This advantageous position adds significant value to our doctoral programs by facilitating knowledge transfer and fostering robust collaborations with the innovation community here in Barcelona. We are proud of our doctoral school, its staff, the invaluable collaboration of all doctoral program coordinators, and of magnificent doctoral students and supervisors. I want to finish as I started, The doctorate is at the heart of the UPC activity. I want you to feel we care for you all, and we want you to feel at home. Welcome to UPC.
Thank you very much, Rector. And with this, we are coming to the end of our day. In closing, I would like to wish you, each of you, a lot of success in your research, excitement in your discoveries, and fulfill the journey you have ahead. You are the future of innovation and knowledge, and we are really eager to see where your curiosity and determination will take you. So welcome to our university, welcome to our PhD, and we look forward to sharing your success. Thank you. We have some snacks for a toast outside, so we can share now a bit. Thank you for coming. No va la música. Hi ha una música.